The Himalayan Yeti's hidden home. Once upon a time, high up in the snowy mountains of the Himalayas, there lived a very special creature. He was a big, furry, and fearsome Yeti. Now, don't be afraid of him, because even though he had big teeth and a loud roar, he was really quite friendly. His name was Yexley, and he loved nothing more than playing in the snow, exploring the mountains, and making new friends. One day, as Yexley was frolicking through the snow, he stumbled upon a hidden cave. It was the perfect spot to build a cozy home, surrounded by snow and boulders. So, he got to work, gathering sticks and stones and building a little home of his own. As he was busy constructing his new home, Yexley heard some funny noises coming from deep within the cave. He followed the sounds, and to his surprise, he discovered a family of mischievous mountain goats, who had been playing hide and seek. The oldest goat introduced herself as Goaty, and her two kids, Bouncy and Boingy. They were the funniest goats that Yexley had ever met, with their fluffy white coats and silly personalities. Yexley decided to show them his new home, and they all had a grand time exploring it. But there was a problem. Yexley's home was hidden away, and the other animals of the mountains didn't know about it, so they didn't come to visit him. And Yexley was a very sociable Yeti, who loved spending time with his friends. So, Goaty came up with a plan, and together with Bouncy and Boingy, they went out to spread the word about Yexley's hidden home. They told all the animals of the mountains about the wonderful Yeti, and his cozy home in the cave. And soon enough, all the different animals of the Himalayas started paying a visit to the Yeti. There were snow leopards, who loved to curl up by the fire with hot cocoa, and playful red pandas, who taught Yexley how to climb trees. There were mischievous monkeys, who loved to play practical jokes on Yexley, and wise old owls, who taught him how to read and write. Yexley was thrilled to have so many different friends, who all loved him for who he was. But there was one animal that he hadn't met yet, and he was very curious about it. It was said that there was a magical flying bird that lived high up in the mountains, and no one had ever seen it up close. Yexley and his friends set out to find the magical bird, climbing higher and higher up the mountain, until they reached the peak. And there, perched on a snowy ledge, was a beautiful bird with shimmering rainbow feathers and wings as big as a house. The bird introduced herself as Wingy, and she was indeed magical. She could fly higher than any other bird in the world, and she had a special ability to make flowers bloom wherever she flew. Yexley and his friends were amazed, and Wingy took them on a magical ride, soaring up into the clouds and diving down into the valleys. They flew through rainbows, and over sparkling lakes, and through snowstorms. It was the most thrilling adventure that they had ever been on, and Yexley felt like he was on top of the world. Finally, it was time to say goodbye. Wingy had to fly off and spread her magic around the world, and Yexley and his friends had to go back to their homes. But they were all very happy, because they had new friends, new adventures, and new memories that they would never forget. Yexley went back to his hidden home, and he felt very grateful. He realized that sometimes the best things in life are hidden away, waiting to be discovered. And with the love of his friends, he knew that he would always be happy, no matter where he lived. So, if you ever find yourself in the snowy mountains, keep an eye out for Yexley's hidden home. Who knows what adventures and friendships you might discover there? The end.